welcome to Maker Bell, where I make things that are usually not bells. I have so much yarn, and I have a lot of scrap yarn that I don't really have a use for, but I don't want to throw it out or anything, so I'm gonna do a project that uses up basically every single color of yarn that I have. I'm going to make a jellyfish wall hanging in mosaic crochet. I'm going to make a pattern for it, I'm gonna crochet the whole thing, and then I'm also going to list the pattern for sale and see how much I can make within the first week on pattern sales. But first I need to sort all my yarn into the separate colors. Yay! Here is all my yarn. I brought it into one room and it's just so much. Guess who forgot to hit record until I was almost done? Me! I already had it mostly sorted at this part. I've got all the colors that I'm going to use in their nice little boxes, and I'm not really sure what to do with these colors, so I've got these kind of teal, blue-green colors and like 2 magenta colors. They're kind of between different colors, but I think I'll just leave them out for now and maybe put them as their own separate colors. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm going to start with purple at the bottom. First, I'm going to design the actual pattern. I like to use Crochet to design my mosaic patterns. I want the ratio of this to be about 1 by 4 units, so I set it to 1000 by 4000 pixels. Then I find some jellyfish pictures and put them into Crochet. Next, I put a grid over it and start to mark out the jellyfish using my drawing tablet. After I'm happy with that, I transfer the gridded image into Excel. This is the most annoying part, especially for larger mosaic patterns. It's easy to miscount the squares and transfer them incorrectly. But these are organic shapes, so it doesn't matter if it's perfect. I can just improvise the design until it looks good. Then I add in the stitch symbols. The X's represent double crochet stitches and the blank squares are single crochet stitches. I also have a few special stitches, such as double crocheting twice into a stitch and skipping the next stitch. I include instructions on how to do these special stitches in the actual PDF pattern. Next, I follow my pattern to make the wall hanging, and edit the pattern when needed. Here's the entire wall hanging. It's looking so good. I'm so happy with how this gradient turned out. I think it really helped that I had so much yarn. But it can't quite hang yet because it has nothing to hang on. So I got this curtain hanger for like $3 at Menards, and I'm gonna crochet the top onto it. I forgot to record me sorting the yarn the first time, but not the second time. Here's 30 minutes of yarn sorting condensed into 15 seconds. It looks like I'm putting them into random bins, but I'm not. There's a method to my madness. Now it can be hung up, except I can't actually hang it up because my apartment doesn't let me put holes in the walls. But one day I will hang it up and it's gonna look super cool like that. And it's actually been 2 weeks since I posted the pattern online. So I posted it to my Ravelry shop and my Etsy shop, and I also advertised it by putting it in a Facebook group that does mosaic crochet patterns and my Instagram for patterns. And on the Facebook group it actually got 200 likes, which helps out a lot. It helps a lot of people to see my pattern and check it out. But how much did I actually make selling the patterns? For the first week, I actually had a 20% off for all of my items in my shop just because I was getting a bunch of traffic in from the Facebook group looking at the jellyfish pattern, and hopefully they would buy some more patterns while they were there. And that actually helped to sell a lot more patterns because people would buy the jellyfish one and also some of them would buy a couple other patterns. I figured out the full breakdown of all the pattern sales over the 2 weeks. So on Etsy, I only sold 2 jellyfish patterns and 2 other patterns. My Etsy pattern store is way less popular than Ravelry, which I don't really know why. And then on Ravelry, I sold 15 other patterns and 13 jellyfish patterns. I just had some technical difficulties. My kitties were fighting because they're hungry. It'll be food time soon, it's okay. Anyways, here's the full breakdown of the prices. So on Etsy I made $18.40 for the 4 pattern sales, but Etsy is mean and takes about $1 per pattern, so that turned into $14.68. And on Ravelry, where I had way more pattern sales, I made $126.50. And PayPal has a bunch of transaction fees, of course, so it turned into $111.54. So that's a total profit of $126.22, which is pretty good. And the total amount taken from all the Etsy and Ravelry and PayPal fees was $18.68, which actually isn't too bad. I haven't looked into this too much, so I'm kind of surprised on how much more Etsy takes out than Ravelry does, because it's about $1 for all the processing fees, all the transaction fees, and the listing fees. I'm kind of surprised about how many patterns were sold because I wasn't expecting too many people to buy extra patterns, but I guess that's just how it works. If you have a bunch of patterns already made and people can just buy a bunch of them at the same time, I guess they will sometimes. I'm gonna keep making these mosaic patterns and selling them because they're a really nice way to make passive income, and once I put it in my shop, I don't have to do anything to maintain it or anything. I don't have to send them a finished item, they just get a PDF to download, which is so nice. Because I've done a lot of made-to-order items where I have to make the item after someone orders it, and it's a lot nicer to just be done with it after you post something for sale. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing how these are made, and please subscribe because I'll be putting out videos every single week, and like the video to appease the algorithm. Thanks for watching, bye!